Welcome everyone, it's Evelyn from Twin Flames 3344. Take a deep breath. Okay, we're going to get right into it. This is a Divine Masculine Twin Flame read. This is the masculine within the feminine as well. And it is a general read, so if something doesn't resonate with you, please don't force it to fit. If you should need anything from me, all of my information is below, as well as on my website, twinflames3344.com, and at my Gmail, at gmail.com. And also I have a CD out there, Ashes, Twin Towers to Twin Flames. If you'd like to listen to my music, it's a beautiful way to support me, and hopefully you think my music is beautiful as well. Also, thank you all for always being there for me. And please like, share, and subscribe if you like the content. It really helps for you to share my videos with others, to get the codes and messages out to others who may awaken more than who are presently here. And I'm just going to get right into this read now. Today is the 17th. It's 7/17/2020. The 17 is the star. And the day adds up to 28, which is the Two of Wands. It's the choice of path, but it's also the twin flames. So the twin flames and being the stars that they are. Being that shining light. So I just did a meditation for you guys. To see if anything was coming up, and wow, did it come up. It was very profound and beautiful, actually. I was getting a Pegasus rushing at us really powerfully and profoundly, and it turned into a dark Pegasus, but it was definitely like on a rescue mission. And then it turned into, as it slowed down, it turned into a unicorn, and the message was all about healing. And then the Song of Angry Men was coming up from Les Mis as well, again. So healing the Song of Angry Men, the masculine. And here was this beautiful, huge Pegasus rushing at me like face first. Just feeling the power of that was just quite amazing. And deliberately on a rescue mission, but it was really to save their own heart, right? To open their heart again, to heal. So the Pegasus and the unicorn were both coming in to help heal us. And I was just, after that, with the Song of Angry Men, I was getting the profile of a man, but he was kind of robotic, you know, kind of like what do they call the Christmas soldiers? Like their mouth just kind of like puppeting open with like a drawn spray of energy coming out of their mouth. But then the mouth kept opening wider and wider and wider, like the angry men. So that was definitely the message here. We're also getting the cattle call to all angels coming up here. The cattle call, calling all angels. And let's see, the number 94 came up while I was doing the clarification cards. Definitely a little bit of nervousness as I started the clarifications. Oh, the Three Kings were coming up today as well. I cut the SIRIAN STARSEED today at 11:17, which is the main deck for my read. It's a 7-deck read. And I finished at 11:51. So the 17, of course, is the star, and 11 is justice, and 51 then is the King of Swords. And the King of Swords was coming up reversed in this read. It just depends on your situation how he is represented. We have the major arcana in this read were the Tower, Justice, Reason, and Luna, which is the moon. And before the read, because I always pull a few cards on either end of the read, we had the Reflection card or the Hermit card before the read, and after read was Ascension or the World. We had 4 cups, 2 wands, 1 sword. There were no pentacles in this read, mostly cups here, so very heart-based reading, emotions. And then the court cards were the Knight of Cups and the King of Cups. Those were the only court cards within the read. Before the read, we had the Knight of Pentacles, and then after the read, the Page of Swords, which can be a message as well. The numbers in the code line were all about adventure, compassion, and manifestation. We had triple threes today in the read, as well as double tens, which is that very high vibration. And of course, the triple threes references the Trinity. And the three kings were coming up, like I said. The code line was about the number 4, which is the Emperor. And it definitely ended up with me with the Emperor today. We had 421, which can reference the Emperor and the world. So completion, and also the 42 and the 1, which would be the Two of Cups and the Magician. They're very two different energies with their combinations, right? The Emperor is in reference to the world, and then the Magician is in reference to the Two of Cups coming together in their Magician embodiment. Then, of course, I said the triple threes and the 1010, which is that very high vibration to keep your energy high. The 1 of the Magician, the 7 of the Chariot, the Ascension vehicle. And then 13, which is death and transformation, endings, the dark night. 34 is the 8 of Wands. 47 is the 7 of Cups. 310 and 710 both came up. For me, that's 31 with 0 backing it up. Source energy in the human being. Of the 31 is the 5 of Wands, the expansion energy, and 71 is the co-creation of the 3 of Pentacles. We also had, in a lesser sense, the number 12 of the Hangman and the 23 of the King of Wands. So they were kind of minor players today. So, regarding adventure, compassion, and manifestation today, the 4 of Cups was the main theme here as the challenge. And the block here was the King of Cups, unconditional love, and he was upright here today. The 4 of Cups was not. It was reversed today, so it's about starting over with the 4 of Cups reversed. No longer allowing yourself to sit there bored or not making a decision, not feeling sorry for yourself, not being apathetic, but actually doing something about it, changing your circumstances and coming out, perhaps going into new love. So the messages here around adventure, compassion, and manifestation, and the number 4 of the Emperor, and structure, stability, building. The key in toggling up the moral man to source, right? So his feminine energy is the source energy, toggling up. The key in toggling up of the moral man is to source the after-death energy, which always references Jesus on the cross with the aid of Mary Magdalene, his counterpart. The after-death die of boredom in grounding and integrating love when they are one of two. They actually belong together, the set, the pair. And then Jesus being coming up as 3/4 of the man, Jesus, but 1/4 of Elohim, like pure angelic. Okay? So it was also coming up as the pi symbol, which also can be temper tantrums, but the pi symbol with the 2 lines and 1 line across the top, but also the pi of the circle with the line down the middle regarding being centered. So the pi, or the centering of the human being, right, because the circle is the human body with source inside, right, the human embodiment of source energy. The pi, the being centered, right, when you have a temper tantrum, it means that you need to bring yourself back to center. The I am presence. The I am presence is the more self-oriented, right, of source, but then you add the lowercase I of the chakra system to connect with the stars, wishing upon a star, the 1 of 2, or in other words, connecting with your higher self. And then that supports the divine feminine and the divine masculine, bringing your energies together. An energetic exchange, which also the EE can reference Eve and Elohim, the energetic exchange of the divine feminine and bringing his energy into the divine feminine range. The centered on I am that I am, right? The masculine overconfidence, right? The ego. Adding the human chakra system, then bringing that feminine energy in there to rebalance his energy for the human rise or fall in temperature, whether they get too heated up or too cold in temperature with their emotions. And then having a mass moral man and Jesus all at the same time. And then teens were coming up here as well, even being an example for the teens on how to be the moral man and the angelic man all at the same time. Okay? So being human and non-human all at the same time. So there's a lot of collapsing of timelines here. You're going to hear a lot of opposites come up, because they want you to bring up both sides of the pair in order to then merge them together and collapse them out completely. So we see here with the moral man and Jesus all at the same time, and also teens doing this naturally because their DNA is upgraded from ours from the get-go. They came into this world in a different energy. So I was getting, for me, the capital N and also EN can be code Jesus for me, but they were showing me the capital N when I took the word once, because literally once is the word one with C in there, which can reference the Christ vibration, the unity consciousness, but also the C of the ocean of emotions, right? And the C as in 20/20 vision. So the word once is very important here. They were showing me the E inside of the C, right? The E being the Elohim, the C being the Christ consciousness, and then the N, the capital N, literally cradles and holds the egg, right? Because the O is the egg, so the E and the C are inside the egg, the human embodiment of Source, as the Christ consciousness and the Elohim energy, and then the Jesus, capital N, cradling them or holding the energy, whereas the lowercase n actually is the protective or less mature energy, because the more ego energy of the human is going to want to protect, whereas the more mature energy of the human, the divine human, is going to want to hold and cradle as opposed to protect, because they know they don't need to protect. They only need to love, right? So this was bringing up the inner child of the masculine and the adult of the masculine and the difference between them. The adventure with compassion, able to manifest all at once, okay? And you notice manifest breaks down to the man, the lowercase I of the chakra system, bringing the feminine in, and then the fest, which is a party, a celebration. So we take that word once regarding compassion, adventure with compassion and able to manifest, to see one, the sea of love, or another, the quote unquote, the wave, which they keep bringing that up as our thing instead of the rave. Well, the twins have the wave. The man's party with the chakra system, the wave, seeing one. The key is the moral man toggling up to Source. After death, the divine double of the two, grounding and integrating the receiving of love, both receiving love at the same time, wishing on a star on how to get there, one of two, meant to be a pair. The grounding and integrating supports the energetic exchange of the divine feminine, the Eve Elohim energy they're bringing to me, and the N of the Jesus divine masculine on an adventure with compassion and manifesting their dreams. Then I'm getting American Pie and Chevrolet, which Chevrolet broken down is American Pie and Chev, roll, and lay, and Chevy Chase. Temper tantrums, I am and I want. Add death and regret. Too late for one of two, when the number two is then gone. Hung out to dry, on the cross to bear. The final song, the wave. The wave hello, or the wave the dance, which is the middle ground, or the wave goodbye. It's all the perspective. It's all your chance. You can die of boredom, at the center of boredom, or with temper tantrums to expand. Or instead of temper tantrums, you can add to your repertoire and support the divine feminine and divine masculine as one. The emperor can sit on his high horse, or get off and land, or ground. Be part of the one, the whole. So then we start this read with the tower. Okay, so the tower is this card here. And beneath the tower, we have the Two of Wands reversed, the Reflection upright, the Ten of Pentacles reversed, and the Knight of Pentacles upright. So the tower's upright here with a sudden event or drama, explosion, eruption, or epiphany after no options, feeling stuck at the why me in the road, reflecting within, family dysfunction, loss of family or money, or a big purchase before moving forward as the loyal, humble servant. The tower, suffering in silence, or your sister perhaps, ending family or emotional cycle of unhappiness, unfulfillment, with justice for all, divorce, settlement, and settlement music school is just coming up, or Libra upright. Defenseless to energies attacks or being ganged up on, held down, unable to speak, announce or scream, like when you're trapped in a nightmare and you need to come clean or get out, escape. And that was coming up like the man I was trying to describe to you, the profile of the puppet man, opening his mouth to try to scream, but no sound comes out. So that was bringing that up again. So at 1249 is the hangman and the 49 of the 9 of cups. So trying to get out, like in your dream, escape, and you can't scream no matter how hard you try. To clean up your act or your home or your heart is what they're bringing up, what it really comes down to. Like your fear, it's like the fear of it's too late, that you have no chance now, your chance is gone. So that kind of energy is coming up for the masculine. So defenseless about causing the suffering in silence, holding back an announcement about unhappy family or poor decisions and lack of fulfillment, not heeding the call because you choked perhaps and need to swallow your pride, humble oneself and come clean or get clean to create justice and truth and balance. Virgo upright, Aquarius reversed, and Libra upright here. The wounded warrior player who fell short, and the emperor carrying the weight of the world in energetic exchange or arrows of love, expression of feelings and desires that they may have held back before, and now suddenly they're able to express themselves. The emperor smiling, watching workers in the field, building calves, sheep and their calves, expressing true desires between them, communication and travel, ziplining, or lots of back and forth, staying connected. The dad watching kids grow up, energy expanded as they dance back and forth, about to become the man that the divine feminine dreams of. The full beard in the summer, taking a load off, without responsibilities, the dads looking down from beyond to see how far their children have come, how hard they've worked, and smiling down upon them. The emperor, the warrior military man, the doctor who diagnoses and treks across countries to heal and be healthy, feel alive. Sitting upon Stone Mountain, taking different paths each time. A new way to get there makes things more interesting, more fun, challenging at times, and showing others the way by example, allowing them to experience it themselves on the way up the hill to the Capricorn's castle, high upon the mountaintop, patient for you to get there, ascending and all. Papa's waiting. There's only one emperor after all. Only one has control. The number 4 and stability and illusion, except the 4 chambers inside his home, sourcing love in waves, the love farm, the nudist camp, where all are accepted without any mystery, letting it all hang out, poop stains and all. Imagine a bunch of 2-year-olds running around in the sprinkler, with no airs, no self-consciousness or expectations. Do-si-do, wherever you end up or whoever you end up with, nobody knows or cares. Being loved no matter how unruly your beard is today. The Knight of Swords rushing in, Russian and Prussian, without a discussion. The Queen of Cups reversed, left out in the cold by the Emperor, thus leaving himself out in the cold too. Too cold, in need of blankets at 117, which is the Magician and the Star. Too cold, in need of blankets. And they were bringing up the example of my dad a lot here, but in referencing like everybody's father and how they see them, and then ultimately the Godhead, mother, father, but they're just using the masculine energy right here as the Godhead. So now needing the blankets to warm them at 117, the Queen of Cups reversed, too sad, and the Emperor upright, too prideful, too emotional and too dry, too sweet and too salty, too out of control, too in control, as her tears leak through the glass ceiling and into his holy ivory tower, his Christ consciousness that his crown has been blocking like lead blocks, protecting you from yourself, your higher self, or in other words, your twin. And that was at 123, 123, jump in. True love, this is a romance of a lifetime. Beneath that was stay optimistic about your love life. This is a romance of a lifetime. The 10 of Cups reversed and the Ace of Pentacles upright, leaving behind unhappy emotional cycle to start a new life. The King of Pentacles superhero and the Page of Pentacles reversed, no longer hurting self or others, all at the same time. The perpetrator, the victim, and the savior all at once collapsed. The magician reversed, no longer hangry, only insecure, perhaps in need of tools, or a knife and fork to eat with. Relearning in a new way how to nourish yourself, letting go of the dark side by loving it, loving yourself. The flame no longer hurts. Acclimated in do-si-do, the dance, vulnerable to sword and sharpener, getting clear on what your truth is, brushing up on your skills of energy manipulation. And then music came up, which is number 32, all about the journey. And beneath music was communication, which is 33, again, the Christ vibration, the unity consciousness, and that 7 of Wands, standing up for yourself. Communicating through music, the language of love. Calling it out without a sound, in energetic exchange, trumping overwork, not working, in downturn, slow motion, in that twist of fate. The emperor falls or steps down or falls down the steps, abusing their power or ego death or withholding, pulling the bow back, creating the momentum, the vacuum, as the secret is out, falling back into the crowd, just like at a concert, into your intuition that will then boomerang you forward when the time is right and tuition's been paid. The imp and the scoundrel collapse into secret passion, curtains drawn, and it's time for the performance of a lifetime. Blue and white with gold, but no red. Maybe the circus is just what you needed to get you to fall at 139, which is the magician and the Knight of Cups. To get you to fall, release, allow, and surrender, the great pretender. The secret's out or performer fell. I think that came up yesterday too. Suddenly tower moment of the energetic exchange, reaching far and wide to the emperor and the magician reversed, the controllers. Or energy's gone around the world and now it's come full circle. The message is out, critical mass achieved. Music to our ears, beard or no beard. Or bearded lady. The journey is on. The recent past is the 7 of Cups reversed, coming down the stairs or sliding down the banister. No options, suddenly walking away and within, in energetic exchange, with guarded, Hierophant reversed, or Taurus reversed, dumped or pushed to the limit. A word from scorned person's divorce lawyer, perhaps, or protection order. The Hierophant reversed, defensive, and the Divine Masculine or Scorpio walks away after blowing their top and expressing all their feelings. The Taurus reversed, defensive, or perhaps left crying at 148, which is the Magician and the 8 of Cups, walking away within. So now at 49, which is the 9 of Cups, there's a big family purge here with no peaceful place to go, a war zone, working to align through a lot of communication or travel back and forth or expression, an unending flow of energy back and forth. The Queen of Pentacles upright, working on blowing their crown, their top, cover, mind, or blowing him out of the water. Or the Queen of Pentacles is sitting pretty while the Divine Masculine takes a dive out the escape hatch, or someone skipped a step and must go back and repeat the class or lesson or pay attention. The Queen of Pentacles is not allowed to lower her vibration. She's required to let you, as the masculine, rise to hers or toggle sideways, dimensionally, in adjacent timelines, a non-3D perspective though. So you can only do that outside the 3D, not in the 3D. So the foundation is the 3 of Wands reversed. In looking back, get back to where you once belong. The Ace of Pentacles, big offer to the sealed Divine Feminine, or to the country, or to the world, to completion, perhaps to going around the world on a journey in 80 days, or a new life offer, a new neighborhood, a new car, or ascension vehicle, knowing and keeping to yourself. The Queen of Pentacles splits, lies, or seeks clarity, or threatens to decrown the warrior, or dig open their crown, give their crown back, or somebody's knighting the warrior, or a Cancer person. Keeping energy pure for the big offer, the new life, the Queen of Pentacles is over the world, closure, over the sealed Divine Feminine, marching to the beat of her own drum, and pulling out her own sword, Excalibur, from her heart, or fixing her own car or vehicle of ascension. Or Cancer is under siege as we're about to leave Cancer, or someone got stopped for speeding by a lady cop who happened to be very nice. Now, the signs that came up here was very interesting because most of them were coming up upright and reversed. So they were showing me the ones that were upright and reversed have already collapsed their timelines. So we had Virgo, Libra, Aquarius, Aries, Pisces had all collapsed their timelines, but Scorpio and Gemini had not. They still need to collapse out. And then Pisces was only upright, Cancer upright, and Taurus reversed just behind. The central energy here was divine justice for the prisoner of love, without affection, insecure, jealous, clingy, rejected, vulnerable, and dumped, all those energies coming up to be looked at. Gemini reversed and Scorpio reversed, where Scorpio now collapses here, but Gemini still has two negatives: announcements made, judgments made, and or the wake-up call to action, and the challenge being the Four of Cups reversed, starting over in love, with the Queen of Wands upright, destined, or Libra, to start over again. Again, the wake-up call and also the cattle call coming up here, calling all angels. Burden to start over and be free, with silent treatment between the Six of Cups, inner children, the soul ties, the negative self-talk, the rumors, and spying on each other, except they're upright here, loving each other inside. Detoxing, purging emotional attachments to people, places, and things without peace or without a peaceful place to go. And then I was getting a masculine saying, for all the girls I've loved before, right? And the King of Swords reversed, lying about his notches, right? You know, that's an ego thing where guys lie about what they've done, their sexual prowess and all that kind of stuff. For all the girls I've loved before, and then lying about his notches, releasing old wishes that didn't actually bring peace to his life. The Nine of Cups upright, getting wish of home or union or stability as a surprise, shock to impatient angel in need of help at night. The Page of Cups reversed could be a baby crying or a crybaby held up by a group, or between a baby between a Cancer and an Aquarius, the Queen of Wands and Wounded Warrior at 222, and that's a show about guidance counselors. And this could be too a teen person who had a baby. So the Queen of Wands and the Wounded Warrior, or the Queen of Wands, Aries, freeing themselves or running away at night from the Page of Cups reversed, and the Wounded Warrior, King of Pentacles, may be stuck unhappily with a rejected or whiny child. Perhaps this could be also someone with two kids, where the older kid is now leaving the nest and the younger child feels rejected or left behind because they're stuck with parents maybe they don't want to be with. But this also could be a spoiled or entitled child, or they feel like both children the masculine may feel like both of them rejected him, or the Queen of Wands teen is leaving the house and the Page of Cups reversed feels rejected, like I said, being left alone with the parents. Cancer, Pisces, Aquarius here with Libra at home, or that could be justice or a divorce as well. And now is the Ten of Wands upright, the great burden for the King of Swords reversed, or divine masculine working at night, burdened or Atlas with weight of the world as single person, or with sovereign, suffering in silence, or sister with the Knight of Wands. That's that energy of that Pegasus rushing in that I saw, the Knight of Wands rescue mission. The Two of Cups upright, draining kids or drained without his sunshine, rest or 5D connection, the masculine feeling drained. Working at night from the Eight of Pentacles, trying to get to the Nine of Pentacles or his sovereignty, or teens getting over a nightmare. The King of Swords reversed, finding the light, no matter how arduous the climb, to fight for the right, without question or pause, to be willing to march into hell for a heavenly cause. All right, so the impossible dreams coming up, that my heart will lie peaceful and calm as I'm laid to my rest, and I'm just paraphrasing some of it, and the world will be better for this, that one man, scorned and covered with scars, still strove with his last ounce of courage to reach the unreachable star. And you noticed today is the star, and the impossible dream came up, so that was pretty cool. So sundowning and moon rising. When all the world's asleep, the question runs so deep for such a simple man. No longer at the gate being told what to do, unworthy of peace, to repent for your sins. So you think. Issues at work with inequity, debt, scam, and fallen angel. Losing patience or third-party issues. Starting over, cutting through the crap, the lies, the divide, the harsh truth. Shocking kids or twin with a loving connection or a jealous rage. The bad temper or anger management issues, or someone with a partner with anger management issues. Letting go to repair, fix, or amend. Implementing a plan with the Empress reversed. Closing the distance gap in need of help with a secret out in a divorce or justice at night, or Libra and Cancer, or impatient with the Page of Cups reversed, kids, and the Page of Pentacles reversed at night. Needing help, money, or opportunity, or love, the moon and the stars, right? So maybe, as a parent, you've always promised your kids, you're the moon and the stars to me, but as they get older, they can't always get their way. And it's like either the parent saying, you still mean the moon and the stars to me, or the kids telling the parents, tell me I'm still your moon and your stars, right? Like they used to when they were little. Closing the gap with the Page of Pentacles reversed and the emotional attachments with the Page of Cups reversed, or old biddies, the Empress reversed and the High Priestess reversed, perhaps a Taurus and Pisces both reversed, that the worst is over for the King of Cups, dumping these emotional attachments to or with the Page of Cups reversed, and the Page of Pentacles reversed, distance gap with the Empress reversed. So this could be like a father needs to break their issues with the Page of Cups, right? Addictions or codependencies you have with your children. And then the Empress reversed, which could be a mother or even grandmother or aunt that needs to break their codependencies with the Page of Pentacles reversed in a distance gap. Under the radar, doing the avoid dance in front of the children, or in other words, pretending in front of the children to actually like each other or hug or show that you're still sexual with each other, to continue to be the stars in their eyes, or you think in order to inspire them. Soon as the Emperor upright, the reason, the logical man, frees the Queen of Wands and moves on past and through the past, or taking one last look as the King of Pentacles is weakened with an offer of sex from player, or the one holding back their true desires. The Five of Pentacles upright, left out on a quest for the impossible dream, but the King of Pentacles connected to the wounded warrior, maybe the wounded warrior may be snubbed here by the group. He sees himself as the moon or Luna, or in Cancer energy. Right now we're in sign of Cancer. The home, the mothering energies, happy with self at home, or perhaps being a homebody right now at 256, which is the High Priestess, and the Two of Swords, being in their knowing, but keeping their energy to themselves, or pretending not to know. The Ten of Pentacles reversed, dysfunction of the family, business, or community, the dysfunction or loss and in need of help, money, or opportunity, or a child that does, and separation or heartbroken. Or the masculine may see the Cancer in his energy as happy while he is heartbroken, and that's breaking his heart. So getting to know each other came up for the masculine, as well as calling in your soulmate, unrequited love, and wedding. This situation involves marriage, and then this could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. Around the masculine, or how he's seen, is the Knight of Cups reversed. Juggling, the King of Swords reversed, star, or Aquarius, or healer, or dreamer. The Hermit shedding light on juggling act, as the Queen of Swords reversed is over the King of Swords reversed, and the Queen of Wands over the star, or Aquarius. Examiner and liar. Again, these are opposites collapsing. Examiner and liar all at once, juggling the Queen of Swords reversed and the Queen of Wands upright, or it could be Virgo upright and Aquarius upright. Jealous, insincere, refusing to love or receive love, or being moody or crabby in Cancer energy. Juggling work, the King and Queen of Swords both reversed here, and the Queen of Wands star, or the Queen of Swords and King of Swords reversed are lawyers, or mediators, or some kind of professional, or both lying to themselves, while the Hermit manages the star performer, and jealous energies are around them. The block here for the masculine is the King of Cups upright, unconditional love. The quest to be the man of La Mancha, holding back desires of true passion based on ego, or ego death, or being out of control, or those who need to fight are weak, or those who don't fight are weak, right? All the different perspectives that need to collapse, that we need to own both sides. The block is learning to love everything, or all of self, because whatever you project is the opposite of what's in your subconscious. So you are always the whole of everything. You embody all of those energies, all of the opposites. The adventure comes up, compassion and manifestation, being over the grief, the guilt, and feeling sorry for self. The Queen of Cups reversed, Even more so for the masculine here is the forgiveness and making the effort. As the Queen of Cups reversed is sad in a split or two dancing in a lie right in front of her face, yet not showing their face. The wounded warrior, star, healing under the radar, inspired by a split, a divide, justice, divorce, or Libra, inspired on quest to bridge troubled waters in order to get home. The reunion of the fool and the wounded warrior, honoring the vulnerable, the child within, or star, here, trying to read what I wrote, or star, someone's upset because maybe someone was the star and now they're stepping down because this child star is actually replacing them in importance to others, or they lost support of a team. The world complete, inspired by the Queen of Cups getting over her grief, the reunion and the heartbreak, all at once, without a word. Hanging out, destined with sovereign, or to be sovereign. Libra, Aquarius split, or Pisces, Capricorn, and Libra also here on top. As Cancer season is leaving in a few days, the Tower past the Moon, or Cancer, and the Knight of Cups jealous or moody, rejected. The Seven of Cups reversed, fell downstairs. Justice challenged by starting over, not alone. And the Emperor upright and the King of Cups upright, but both burdened. Two pillars of Atlantis or Hercules, burdened by split, lie, and BS, or cutting through the crap or the need for clarity, completing the cycle and reunion of the heartbroken and the silent. Not a word spoken, the church bells all were broken. There's no option as the hermit loses family or money, or moves on suddenly, or suddenly falls on the stairs, looking back and then fell, or divine justice to force him to climb up again, and challenged by not isolating and not sulking. The Moon, Cancer, the mother, the homebody, the Emperor perhaps cut his head open or split, divided, the Knight of Cups reversed and the King of Cups upright, and a split to end the cycle of coming together to break apart, or breaking up to make up, hurting each other, and negative self-talk, all regarding unworthiness. To see new perspectives, destined to be sovereign, dumping emotional attachments, thrown downstairs, and that could be somebody throwing somebody's stuff all downstairs as well. The hermit walking away under the radar to rest in near-death experience, or just dead tired, or in surgical recovery here. So some kind of humbling experience, right? That if they hadn't succumbed to their mission, it's basically the universe forcing their hand to see a new perspective, like forcing them to be still, so they have no choice but to feel. So again, the cattle call of calling all angels came up, and I'm going to pull another energy card to see what comes up now. So for everybody watching, for the best and highest good of all those concerned, what do we need to know? What do we need to learn? For the Divine Masculine Twin Flames, what is the message? Where are we? We're at 3830 now, which is the Queen of Cups and the union energy of the Four of Wands. What is our message? Well, we have two cards that popped out here. We have the Woman Holding a Heart, 44, which is that Four of Cups, grounding and integrating and mastering of love, especially receiving love. And then we have the Thinking Woman. So the heart-based woman and the one who uses her mind all at the same time. 47 is that Seven of Cups, having lots of options or opportunities, or seeing synchronicities, but lots of choices on what she wants to study. So again, this is emphasizing using your heart and your mind all at the same time in conjunction with each other. And this is also the masculine in using his feminine energies. And then the third card coming out is the 39, the Knight of Cups, which came up reversed in jealousy here. But this is the masculine's throat chakra being activated, which is perfect with the messages that were coming through of that the masculine can't get the words out. All right, and this could be intimidating when she's found control over her heart and her mind, and him needing to speak his truth, or needing to come forward or correct an injustice, okay? And then we have the bottom of the deck here, the financial constraints, feeling that the cupboards are bare, that maybe there's not enough to come forward with. We have the 13 of transformation, the endings, transition, and also the dark night, crossing the 4D bridge. And these two wanted to come out to be seen as well. The attachments, so letting go of the masks and the attachments, and we did talk about letting go of emotional attachments, and then the anxiety about this stuff, which is the moon. The masculine's in this energy today. So there's some anxiety about removing the mask, you know, scared to show their true self. And that's a Cancer thing, right? Hiding inside your shell. Scared that others won't like your true self. Okay? So we have, notice that I was just noticing this gray here is matching the building here. And the perspective here, where sometimes this room with the curtains and all could feel like a cell block, right? When you're feeling in anxiety. And the 5 is also expansion and change and freedom and taking off the mask, and that references the mask that we're being required to wear right now, right? To let yourself be free and take off the mask. And not be in fear, right? But there's a lot of feminine energy here. So the first 3, there's only the one Archangel Gabriel, which is the only masculine energy here. And then we have, these are both feminine energies too. So the fear, the anxiety that the masculine's feeling is his feminine fear, right? Of taking off the mask that people will see as vulnerabilities. And here his feeling intimidated, not able to speak up. That's why his throat chakra is being activated, so he can, not feeling intimidated by the love and the intelligence of the divine feminine, and knowing how to use both of them together. But it's also those sides of him learning to use those sides of himself in the feminine. And then also using the masculine, the throat activation at the same time, because the throat is considered a masculine chakra. All right, so anyway, revealing the mask is provoking anxiety here, of feeling like they're not enough. And I'll pull a KIPPER deck card for you guys too. Take another deep breath. Sorry, that was just my son walking outside to check things out today. Actually, I'm not sure why he went. He might have gone for a run. All right, we have the imprisonment. So that's reflecting the anxiety the masculine's feeling. And again, that's the number 29, which is the 3 of Wands, being present to the moment, and right? So that'll get you out of the anxiety energy. And there's also a mouse represented here, so very much like the song Ben, right? That the mouse is his only friend, that no one will like him the way he is. Here's an end of a marriage or some kind of contractual relationship. And then, right, to catch a thief, so there's no more, you know, taking off the mask, there's no more thief to catch, right? There's no one trying to deceive you anymore. And it looks like in a marriage, whoever was being false in the marriage, whether it was one or both, that's now done with. All right, the imprisonment over, so somebody can grow up here. The mature man is expanding. And there's also looks like a disconnect in an occupational contract as well. So maybe more than one contract broken. So it could be a marriage and a job at the same time. And the underlying energy is the house of stability. So maybe somebody gets to keep the house, but there's a loss of fortune here because of perhaps a split where you have to pay out half the house or half the relationship, whatever is coming up there. But that's coming up for sure. And do I want to pull from another deck for you guys today? Sure, why not? How about this one? All right, one more deck. Let's see what comes up here today. what is the advice coming away? What is our takeaway from this read today? What is the takeaway? What is the takeaway here? What is the takeaway? All right. We have clear out the old. I was just getting out in the cold, but it actually says clear out the old, number 5. And again, that's that expansion, freedom, and change card. This is definitely about dumping the old stuff out, the old emotional attachments, which definitely came up in the read today. There's a couple other cards that want to be seen. The bottom of the deck is hope and happiness. 48 is the 8 of Cups, walking away and within. And this is a really freeing energy, hope and happiness. Just allowing. And it looks like a lot of the color is coming from the etheric realms right now. It looks like, the birds and geese are kind of looking like they're getting ready for a storm, like nothing crazy, it's calm, but it's like a little bit too calm, and they're getting a little nervous, and you feel that energy. And there's actually looks like, you don't notice it right away, but this looks like crowds of animals and people. This whole line, like tons and tons of people. I don't know how well you can see it here. See if I can get close up. Okay. And remember the songs of angry men was coming up. And, it's only so long before the crowd gets out of control, right? That's the underlying energy that's coming up here. It's very peaceful, especially up in the etheric realms. But then we have clear out the old. It's time to clear out that old crap that's making you frustrated. And we have a clock there in the background with the, what's it called? I'm sorry. For those of you who don't know me very well, I got hit by a car a few years ago, so my recall isn't very good. So, it'll come to me, but you know what it is. I don't need to tell you. I just can't think of the word. So we have an owl in this card who looks sad, actually. The wise old owl doesn't usually use sad. They're the wise ones. They're the logical ones. But there's some sadness here, which is showing the logical one growing their emotions. I see the feminine energy also peeking out from within, while the masculine energy has been blindfolded, and the key to his heart is being exposed. These two cards want to be seen too. There's something too about this being the key hanging on this side, which is the right side, the key to the right side of his heart, and opening that up. There's a shooting star over here too. These are really cool pictures. So the other two cards that want to be seen here are Empowerment, which is 45. That's the 5 of Cups, which is the grief card, or it's being stuck at the Y in the road. And then we have the Make a Decision card of the 11, which is Truth and Justice. Empowerment is in making a decision, because remember, we always talk about the Y in the road. It's not the problem of the choice, it's the problem of just doing one or the other. It doesn't matter which one. So the empowerment is in the making the decision. And it's judging, its decision is a judgment, but it's making decisions for yourself, not for others. Not forcing ourselves and our opinions on others, allowing their sovereign space as well to make their own decisions. So not forcing our will on others. Allow everyone to have their will. They don't have to agree with you. That's okay. So what's coming up here? This is also taking one look back, came up in the read, and that's what she's doing here. She's taking a look back over her shoulder. And she looks like she's been lying in the sand on her stomach and really feeling the energies of all the world come up around her skin, and the history of the world too, because I don't know if you can see in this card, you can see like there's a boat back here, right? And it looks like she's been lying in the sand, and she pulls up, she feels everything about the world, the oneness of the world, and the two suns I'm getting too here now, and the lightning as well, the electrical current that comes off of her third eye and her crown. And all of the rainbow roads, right? There's so many rainbow bridges going every which way. The waterfalls of her veins and tributaries. And also that she is Mother Nature. We also have a sleigh being drawn down here, and two people rushing away from the snow. That you can have all of this bright sunshine and the snow. Again, it's collapsing everything into one. All the old torment, yet all the new growth. All the beauty and the darkness, all collapsed into one. This is the empowerment, the 0 point, okay? And then this card is the Make a Decision card. And the colors are very different here. This is about like the two worlds split. And again, it's again the opposite sides, showing you the opposites in order to merge them together. See if I can get that a little bit clearer for you. So we were just looking at the earth in its two different cells, like collapsing the polarization of the earth. And now this is about polarizing the human. On one side, they could be very tribal, and the other side very much, right, the tribal or the desert, and then the other side very much of the jungle or the colorful. You know, one may be more beige and the other one's all the bright colors of the rainbow, right? All the different sides of ourself all collapse into one. So it's just about making a decision. It doesn't matter which one. Choosing a path to experience it, and then choosing another path to experience that. And that's the energy that's coming up for you. So hope and happiness is about clearing out the old in order to empower yourself and the earth, which is kind of what we've been doing the past couple months, right? Is empowerment of the earth, clearing out the old dirt, right? Allowing things to come back again. The owl actually tearing up over it. It's making me want to cry right now. Finding the key that fits into the Divine Masculine's heart as the Divine Feminine comes forward out of the cave. And it's time. And there's, you know, it's definitely coming from England up here. I want to say Heathrow, but it's not the airport. You know what I'm talking about. The stones. Okay, so there's something about England that's coming up here. It is time. It's right on midnight in this clock. It's the bewitching hour. It's time for Cinderella to turn back into the pumpkin. But that's okay, because she just has to be her authentic self in order to have her true happiness. I love this too. And this is the couple coming together, because you realize her head is leaning on his shoulder. And he doesn't need to see to know it's her. That's how he knows. I love the purple rose there too, by the owl. The owl's sadness makes me, it's such a high vibration, it's making me really sad. Not sad in a sad way, but in a high vibrational way. And we have very much the Mary Magdalene buttercup yellow here, and this rose color that's like really more skin tone. And we have skin tone here too. It's really empowering the human. Okay, you guys. Make sure you drink your water, get your rest. Get your joy, get your nature. It's another beautiful day with the sun out today. And rise and be love. Bye, guys.